welcome to Tuesday, the 4th of August. Okay, it's very laggy today, so I hope that this comes through well. All right, okay, settings, blah, blah, blah. All right. Okay, so we have got we've got the moon in Aries, all right, so, very ready to initiate things and move forward. But it is conjunct Saturn at 9 a.m. All right, so it's 8 o'clock now, so we got 1 hour. Now, this is where that initiation comes up against responsibility, doing things properly. All right, Aries have a tendency to rush in and then not think of the long term ramifications of things. All right, so good morning, Cara. How are you? So here today we've got this, all right, how about we stop and think about what needs to be done so that, if we are initiating something, good morning, Helen, we've got a strong foundation, all right? So, it's very easy for a lot of us to start things and then the shiny wears off and we're like, oh, okay, all right, no worries. But again, today it's like, how about you sort of think a little bit further? Good morning, Christy. And anyway, there's that determination involved. All right, these are inner things. Saturn is retrograde. This determination and strength comes from within. All right, so I'll read the words and then I will explain myself. All right, so I can do hard things and succeed. Good morning, Emma. How are you? All right, these are the thoughts that you will benefit from focusing on today rather than the possible echoes of long outdated negative narratives that were never yours to begin with. Power can come from the strength it takes to stand up to authority and claim back your sovereignty to live a life of your choosing, regardless of the ramifications. Pick where you want to take a stand. Good morning, Louise. Good morning, Barbara. So as you can sort of see, it's like one of those, if you are trying to initiate something new, something that you think is going to be able to strengthen your own forward momentum. Sometimes, like I said about those negative echoes, I'm always talking about the negative inner critic and, shit that we were given long ago that, that got stuck somewhere within us. And so it just sort of, it's that really quiet voice that it takes us to be self-aware to hear, especially when we want to do new things. Good morning, Deborah, and cheers, Louise. It's not Greek, but it's all right. Mm, and there we go. So, like I said, 9 a.m., go do the thing, all right? It might be scary, it might be hard, but in the long run, it's going to benefit you. All right. So now after 11 o'clock, we do have the moon square Mercury. Now, normally I'd be like, actually, no, not normally. I am going to say it's about watching your words. All right. So we've still got Mercury in Cancer. It is moving now. All right. It is covering its shadow. However, it's marching forward towards Leo on the 10th of August. So this is good. But I'm wondering whether the conversation with that negative inner critic, where normally you would maybe, what would you normally say? And it's about maybe challenging yourself as well as authority, but doing it in the right way. I don't know, maybe that self-awareness to have a conversation that is mature. All right, moon, our emotional state, conjunct maturity. All right, Saturn. All right, so even though the Mercury square starts after that conjunction, it's still around. It's that flavor is still there. So when we are communicating with people, the power and strength it takes to stand up to others, I don't know, maybe just don't lash out like maybe an Aries moon would be very quick to, you know, shut down others or speak up for themselves in a way that might not be helpful to your cause. I don't know. Does this feel right? Okay. Now, there's really nothing else happening until after 9 p.m. when the moon starts to conjunct Chiron, this healing aspect, which is now retrograde. All right, so Chiron went retrograde this morning at 6:10 a.m. So now we have Chiron in Taurus being ruled by Venus in Virgo. All right, and this is only for a couple of days because Venus moves into Libra on Friday, which means that flavor is also going to change. So in the meantime, we've got, we're looking within to do our own healing, Chiron retrograde, and it's about trusting our senses, all right, in Taurus. Now, that Venus in Virgo is about service to yourself and others. It's about, it's about that self-care. It's about maybe natural healing. It's a very naturally medicinal, doing the right thing. Venus in Virgo, she's out in the forest. She's in her forest hut with her apothecary, using herbs and natural remedies to make sure that everybody is comfortable and well. So, Chiron now retrograde in Taurus, we're looking within to see what is it that we need. Like, okay, example being, I woke up this morning. Why have I got a big bruise on myself? I don't even know. I've got like a bruise here from that bump on my head the other day. I've got bruises coming out, and I'm like, why? I don't know. I don't know what this is. So obviously, I'm going to be like, okay, am I deficient in some sort of mineral? Am I iron deficient? I just read something quickly, and it's like vitamin K, vitamin C. I'm like, okay, well, there's something going on within my body. Is it just age? I don't know. But anyway, I've got to figure something out because, like I said, these are really obvious bruises, and I don't usually bruise like this unless it's hip thrusts, which I have got very bruised hips from holding sort of the 40-kilo dumbbells on my hips. That's a bruise that I understand. These two, this one here, I have no idea. Anyway, self-care. So I'm going to look to see what is my body doing that is, there's something not right, obviously. Good morning, Jessica. How are you, darling? Mwah. All right. So, yeah, so there's that moon conjuncting Chiron, which starts at 9 p.m. So tomorrow. Um, so tomorrow until Friday, it's more about, the self-care awareness. When it goes into Libra, that Taurus retrograde, sorry, Chiron retrograde in Taurus might be about the comfort, security, and values that come from partnerships, maybe. Pop a towel across your pelvis. Yes, I know, Christy, I know. But do I? No, I don't. All right. So, and then, after 10 o'clock, who's going to be awake then? Probably not me, but there is a sextile to Mars starting. So, I don't know. That might be that sort of active brain tonight. I know I didn't sleep very well last night, but I don't know. Maybe there's that sort of thing happening. So, now in the sky, we've also got Venus opposition Neptune. All right. So, we could be having a very uh, thoughtful spiritual experience. What we might be sort of going, okay, so with that going within in the Taurus aspect, we are connecting with our thoughts, the universe, our subconscious, all of that sort of spiritual perspective. I don't know. All right. Venus is also in conjunct the North Node. All right. So she's also allowing herself to make adjustments for her own future. So that North Node is now in Aquarius. So, what adjustments are you making so that your future trajectory is able to reach a larger audience, maybe? Something like that. Oh, that's awesome, Jess. That's awesome. All right. Ba, 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 ba. That's pretty much it, guys. There was a moon square Lilith this morning. Like, I don't know, did you wake up feeling a little bit ragey? Or I don't know. I know I woke up and I was like, ugh. I went to the gym this morning. I was the only girl in the gym. And I was looking and the racks were full of guys that were doing like stretches. And I like, again, I'm not sort of propping myself up, but I'm like, I want to do deadlifts, man. Like, can you do your stretches elsewhere? I need to do my squats. I ended up using a Smith machine, Christy, that I've never used before. And so it was really awkward because I was like, I have to make adjustments. I don't quite know what I'm doing. But I got it done. All right. Because I'm determined. That's it. I need to get it done. So yeah, so that was my little come on guys, like move out of the way. So I don't know if you anybody else had that sort of experience where you were just like, I don't know, standing up as a female and just going, look, obviously I look stronger than you at the moment, so please get out of my way. All right. Um, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, I don't have cards at the moment, so I can't sort of give you that extra emphasis. But, just make sure today that with this moon, Saturn, because Sun trine Saturn at the same time, we're on a mission. All right, we're on a mission. That Aries moon wants to get shit done fast, but we can't. All right. Yeah, I know. You know what? Tomorrow I'm just going to get there earlier so I can get that rack myself. um, yeah, Sun trine Saturn. That was, I believe, Friday this week. So, yes, Friday this week. So, this mission that we're on, that we're steadily moving towards, just try to make sure today that if you do have to combat any negative thoughts or feelings that you have about yourself, are they yours? Probably not. It takes strength and courage, which is a very Aries thing, to stand up to either your own thoughts or authority around you, or, people around you that just expect you to do the same thing. And you're like, actually, no, I want to do this for myself because Chiron retrograde, I'm starting to sense, Taurus, what it is I actually need. All right, there we go. Deb's just drawn a card and she has said Queen of Pentacles. Oh, thank you, Deb. All right, so for me, again, that Pentacles is Taurus, or money, values, self-worth. So I like that. Be the queen of your own self-worth. Thank you, Deborah. That is perfect. Um, you know, we are making adjustments, Venus in conjunct the North Node, so that we can influence the people around us. Like I'm here educating myself. I'm here, making sure that, Venus opposition the Neptune, like I'm trying to put myself in a position where the universe is teaching me what I need to know at this point as well. Good morning, Sally. How are you? So so go within, Taurus. Oh my God, go within, Chiron retrograde Taurus. Ask yourself, what is the self care that you need? Stand up to those, maybe people or situations in authority that, or maybe you're giving others authority and you're finally sort of stepping back, going, actually, I do know what's best for myself. I don't need to trust other people's opinions. I can voice what I need courageously. And, this is a foundation to this new future that we're all trying to build the next 2.5 years, the North Node in Aquarius. We're all trying to have a reach. Goodbye, Jesse. Mwah. So yeah. So what feels good? Use your senses, use your bravery, use your courage, and like the Queen of Pentacles, you know, be a queen of your own self-worth. So that is me. I hope you all have a fabulous day. Oh, Karen, you're going to have to watch the replay. And I have to say thank you, Karen, because it was because of you that I am here today, because you forwarded on the Stephen Forrest thing. So again, I'm very grateful. And yeah, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow. So, mwah, bye.